Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Sheffield United match reaction. We're going to be talking about Huddersfield 0, Sheffield United 0. Myself and Hal's just done a watch along on the channel. We didn't particularly enjoy this one. We're going to be honest. Even the big moments that I'm going to speak about mostly came for Huddersfield. And really, if one of the two teams are going to win this game, it probably should have been Huddersfield. Anyway, so let's get cracking into it because I'm not going to spend a long time talking about this game. It was a pretty poor one from a Sheffield United fan's point of view. It was for a Huddersfield Town fan's point of view too, I think. I've really marked down 6 moments that could have swung the game either our way or their way. Like I say, it was bitty and batty, if you like, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. They kind of had a 10-minute spell when they were better than us, keeping hold of the ball better than us. And then we had a 10-minute spell, 10, 15-minute spell where we were the better side. I do think it kind of changed in a poorer way for us when Morgan Gibbs-White came off. Fair enough. We may have created a few more chances late on, but it was mostly from getting the ball wide, getting the ball into the box. And really, I think when Morgan Gibbs-White came off, we lost that creativity in the midfield. But in the first half, the only real thing of any notes that happened was the goal that was disallowed from a Huddersfield point of view. So ball comes into the box, an absolute monster leap from, I think it was Russell, is a massive bloke. And he got a massive leap in there, won the ball, obviously, headed it downwards, and the ball ends up in the back of the net. Now, from first viewing, you just think that's a goal. Like, nothing untoward's happened there at all. But it did. It really did. So, first up, great header, heads it down. Bulldog on the line, grabs their player, throws into the ground, first of all. In my opinion, it was a penalty. However, their play did seem to go down quite easily. Bulldog did the kind of throwing motion, but there's no way a grown man, especially Bulldog, should be able to throw another grown man to the ground. Now, again, Huddersfield fans, do not stone me. I do think it was a penalty, but like I say, it went down a little bit easy. Then it was, why has it been disallowed? Now, I thought it must have been because he's interfering with play, because he's laid right in front of the goalkeeper. So obviously, he must be interfering with play if the ball's coming towards the goalkeeper, and you kind of either blocking the keeper's movement or you're blocking his view. Now, I think it was given for a foul. Now, he didn't do anything wrong. The player laid on the floor. He's been thrown to the floor, first of all. And then Wes has just kind of stepped back and fallen over him. So it's not Wes's fault. It's not the striker's fault. It's one of them things where if someone's laid on the floor and someone falls over him, it's not a foul. Like, he's just fallen over him. There's no preempting kind of laying down so the keeper falls over you. So in my opinion, if that's not given as a penalty, which it should have been given as not as a foul, but in blocking Wes's view because he was quite clearly offside. So that was really the only thing that happened in the first half. We didn't really create anything. I'm trying to think. There was a McBurney header in there, ball knocked to the back post. Really good header back across goal, and the keepers had to go across there and save it. So quite clearly, it was a good save by the goalkeeper. It was a good head from McBurney to head it back where it came from. But it was quite a difficult chance. So fair play to McBurney for getting his noggin on that one. Into the second half, and I thought we started the better, but we let him get back into the game pretty quickly. Maybe this was a game too far for the Blades because we've had so many great wins recently coming from behind, beating a strong team like West Brom, winning away games when we maybe not have played as well as what we should have done. And I was thinking, in this game, if we can just get that winning goal, which could have happened, I'm going to get onto that in a second, then that really would stand us in great stead for the rest of the season, where we can go away to a promotion candidate, you'd have to say, in Huddersfield, and get that win. That's fantastic. But it's still a half decent point. They were the better team. They had 3 penalty shouts, nothing for them. And yeah, they probably deserved the win. Actually, I've missed one of them. One of the penalty shouts was in the first half. It wasn't as much of a penalty shout as the rest. Bogle kind of lost his man, grabbed his arm a little bit, then let him go, and he fell to the floor. Again, a player shouldn't be falling to the floor with a little tug like that, but that is football these days. And really, that could have been given as a penalty. Joby McAnuff, I watched a little bit right at the end after the watch along, said, "Oh, that was a penalty. Everything was a Stonewall penalty." Now, I think the first and the last one was, but I don't think that certainly wasn't a Stonewall. But I've seen him given. Anyway, in the second half, I'll talk about their third and final penalty that they maybe should have got, and then I'll talk about the Blades' chances as well, because I'm not entirely sure when they all happened, to be honest. But the ball comes in from the right-hand side. Can't remember their player's name, but he picks it up kind of just outside the box. Oh, no, sorry, just inside the box. And he moves it to one side. I think he nutmegs Jack Robinson. And both Egan and Jack Robinson both came together, and I think they both caught him. Jack Robinson certainly caught him. John Egan could have caught him. And it was definitely a Stonewall penalty. Now, looking at it, I thought he'd gone down a little bit easy, but that's me being biased. Like, that was 100% a penalty. And yeah, they should have been possibly 1-0 up after that decision being given. But obviously, it wasn't to be. It wasn't to be. It certainly wasn't Huddersfield's day from seeing absolutely nothing from any of those possible penalty shouts. But saying that, yeah, they had a goal disallowed, but they didn't really offer a lot more going forward, or they got balls into the box down that right-hand side, down their right-hand side, our left-hand side, balls into the box, but nothing ever came of it. They had loads of great chances on that right-hand side where they crossed the ball. It was just behind a player, or maybe one of them got a touch off Egan. Maybe some of them got kind of caught up with how wet it was. It was just not a very nice game to watch, never mind kind of playing. I've played football plenty of times when it's thrown it down with rain, and it's not fun. No matter who you are, whether you're Cristiano Ronaldo or whether you're Dave playing Sunday League football, seeing loads and loads of rain coming down and then having to play, being freezing cold, being wet through, sliding all over the place. The only players that it's good for are centre-backs, because you can slide in there, you can get stuck in, and yeah, that's football. That's football for you. But these are professional footballers, and they need to be able to rise above kind of like Sunday League level and absolutely like kind of put good performances in there. And like I said, other than Morgan Gibbs-White trying to make things happen, didn't really happen for us today. But like I said, there were some chances. There was one where the ball came across from Sander Berge on the right-hand side that Fleck, I don't know, he was trying to go with his left foot, and then I don't think he expected it to arrive at him, and then he just kind of like, he like threw his arms up in the air, and we're like, ugh. It was weird. It was really weird. Fleck also had another chance from outside the box where Norwood played kind of like a good ball straight to like the Paul Scholes area, if you like, right on the edge of the box where nobody was. And Fleck sort of side-footed it. I think the problem was that Norwood had to get a lot on it for it to reach Fleck, but then it came at him a bit quick. So instead of being able to put your foot through it, put your laces through it, kind of side-footed it towards goal. And it had pace on it, even though it didn't seem it. I think if it had had a little tiny bit more pace on it, that would have been in the back of the net. But it gave the goalkeeper a chance to get across his goal, to scurry across his goal and get his literal fingernails to it. Because it wasn't a fingertip save, it was a fingernail save right on the edge of him. And he pushed it onto the post and then kicked it away with his flailing legs. So that was a fantastic save from the Huddersfield goalkeeper. But yeah, just a little bit more on that, John Fleck, and you've scored the winning goal there, because it was definitely a 1-goal game, if obviously a 0-goal game. But yeah, it was right in the bottom corner. So yeah, it was one of them things. The goalkeeper makes a fantastic save, and we move on. McBurney had a really, really good opportunity. Or should I say Berger had a great opportunity. Ollie McBurney made the opportunity because he brings the ball down. He does really well, first of all, to bring the ball down. He gets it into a shooting position, turns on it, shoots. It gets blocked on the line. And then Sander Berge comes in, and you just want him to absolutely smash the ball home. And he smashes the ball straight at one of their players. it didn't look massively convincing from Sander Berge, even though he's massive in stature. He doesn't kind of strike a ball always with a lot of purpose. He did. Other than that one, there was another strike where he hit it from outside the box that it looked like a fantastic shot. But from outside the box, he hit it really well, but the goalkeeper parried it away. It wasn't too far to his left-hand side. We thought it was right in the corner, but it wasn't. It was another good save from the goalkeeper, though. So there were some shots in there from the Blades. We could have scored a goal, but like I said, it had 0-0 written all over it, if not kind of a one-goal game here or there. But yeah, they certainly should have had many penalties in this game, but we could have snuck it. We really could have. It wasn't a great game for the Blades. But like I said earlier, we've got so many games coming up that I think us not playing well and getting a point away to a team that are in the playoffs is not really a bad result. I'll quickly run through the players very, very quickly. Wes had a decent game. Did absolutely nothing wrong, saved what came at him. Baldock, I don't think he had as good a game as he did against West Brom. He got caught out a lot down that right-hand side from a Huddersfield point of view. Got caught in behind, and at one point he nearly gave away a penalty, but they came inside and couldn't find that killer pass. So yeah, not a great game for Baldock. If he had more of a left foot, he would be a fantastic left wing back. But yeah, not his best game. Bogle, again, not his best game. He did okay down the right-hand side in the first half, but didn't do anything that exciting in this game. Defended okay. That was about it, really. Jack Robinson, I thought, had a decent game, except for bringing their man down, which should have been a penalty. Egan and Bash did okay. Bash did really well bringing the ball forward, but again, nothing really happened for him today. I think we really missed Norwood in the midfield. John Fleck not playing like the John Fleck we know and love. Certainly wasn't his best game, but he had probably two of our best chances, and obviously didn't put the ball in the back of the net. Sander Berge is not a defensive midfielder. I don't care what anyone says. Sander Berge is not a good defensive midfielder. He lacks that. I don't know. He's good at bringing the ball out, but he's too slow. He slows the game down. The only position Sander Berge is good at is kind of like a right-hand sided advanced area where he can run at them, he can shield the ball, and he can get into a good position to shoot or cross a ball or even play a through ball. But taking the ball off the goalkeeper, I think anyone can do that. Taking the ball off the defence or the goalkeeper and then playing a sideways ball, you don't pay 22 million for that unless you are a Premier League top 6 side. If you're paying 22 million for a player, you want them to be more advanced, in my opinion. And he's got that in his locker to be more advanced. We've seen it time and time again, but playing in that area, I just think Norwood's way better, because one pass from Norwood could be 3 or 4 passes from a Sander Berge point of view. So him laying it in someone else out on the wing, Norwood would literally get that ball and just ping it. And that's literally 1 second for Norwood to do that. Whereas that could be 5, 6, 7 seconds to get the ball to the same man. So Norwood needs to play every game, in my opinion. Fair enough if he's knackered, don't play him. But I don't think he was. He didn't look it. He certainly just came on, trundled around like he normally does, and just found his passes straight away. As soon as he got on the ball, he had loads of space around him, which Sander never had that space around him. So, no, Norwood needs to play, in my opinion. Then we've got, obviously, Billy Sharp, McBurney, and then Morgan Gibbs-White. Morgan Gibbs-White wasn't his best performance, but he was certainly, again, our most creative player. I love to watch Morgan Gibbs-White play. He will get better and better as he gets his fitness back. I thought Ollie McBurney did okay as the big man, bringing players into the game. His passing was a little bit wayward occasionally, but no, it certainly was one of Ollie McBurney's better games, and he's not had too many games where he's played 70, 80 minutes this season. So it was good to see him back in there and actually kind of winning headers and bringing others into the game. And again, like Fleck, 2 of the good chances that we had were down to Ollie McBurney, the header in the first half and then the swivel shot in the second half. So it's good to see. It's good to see. I would have liked Billy Sharp to have been on one of them, to be honest. But yeah, it's one of the things. Sharpe, again, another one, not one of his best games. He wasn't really involved in the game too much. But with Sharpe, you can't say that's his fault because the ball wasn't anywhere near him for most of that game. He was obviously trying to get on it. He was trying to get into positions where he could receive a good cross or something. But we never got into those positions to give him that sort of sight on goal. He had one that hit into the side netting, which was closer than I thought. But yeah, it was a half chance. You might not even call it a half chance, maybe a quarter chance. So yeah, I'm not really going to talk about the subs. Norwood did a lot better when he came on than I thought Sander Berge did in like kind of 10-15 minutes. But we'll leave it at that. I don't think it's one that we really want to talk about for too long. Hi guys, welcome to the stream. How you all doing? I've praised Hecky for everything, but he got it wrong today. Why change a team that's winning? Very lucky draw in the end, onwards and upwards. I completely agree with you there, John. Robert, I thought we were better with Norwood on. Berger and Fleck both improved with him playing over. Yeah, you're right. You are definitely right. But we certainly lost the prowess of a Morgan Gibbs-White creating stuff in there. I actually think that I'd have left Morgan Gibbs-White on and took Berger off. I think Gibbs-White completely adds way more than Berger. Maybe it's just it's just the fact that he's not played a lot of minutes. Morgan Gibbs-White, I'm guessing that's why he came off. But he won't have been happy to come off. Definitely not. Lucky Blades. I think you're right, Chris, there, mate. I think you are right. That does sound like a Huddersfield fan saying that, but we were absolutely lucky. I know you're not a Huddersfield fan. We were awful, and yet might be the biggest result of the season. I'm not sure about that. I definitely think that West Brom one was massive. That was it's just good the fact that we didn't concede a goal in that game and we got a point. It's not bad, especially away from home. If that was a home game and would have drawn and would have played rubbish, I'd have been gutted about that. But yeah, it's just one of those days. Matthew Oxley, great point we salvaged today. As the penalties and disallowed goal, this is football karma. Well done, Blades. I think you're possibly right, mate. Like when it's going for you, it's going for you. Got lucky today. Horrible conditions. Clean sheet away from home. Top six side. I'd take that. Was missing down the left today. 92 minutes was the first time Baldock went on the outside. You're right. He's got no left foot. And actually, the left footed cross that he put in, it wasn't the best. It still didn't beat the first man, but he put some pace on it. And it wasn't like he not got a left foot. So, yeah, I would have liked to have seen Baldock do more down that left-hand side, actually use his left foot rather than just kind of stand on it. Good point, but McBurney didn't play well. He was poor on the ball. I think he definitely showed that at times. Like I said earlier, his passing wasn't great, but it was he's an aerial option, isn't he? That's what we can say. We now have identical stats to Middlesbrough, including goal difference. That game in March is going to be crucial. I think it's going to be crucial whatever happens, especially with kind of like Wilder being the manager. But yeah, it's so crazy how similar Wilder and Heckingbottom are right now with how we're playing the same system pretty much. We are winning and drawing the same amount of games. It's so weird. We're not letting a lot of goals in. We're scoring a similar amount, like you say. It's madness. I would have taken McBurney off and give Jebbo a chance. I would too, Andrew. I really would. McBurney's passing was really bad today. McBurney and Sharp have never played well together. You're right. Never. No, I don't think they've played one game well together. Robinson's best game today looked more assured. Only real positive from today. Solid point. We move on. I agree, Ewan. I agree. The only problem was he obviously quite clearly should have given away a penalty, but that's what you get with Jack Robinson. And final comment of the stream. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I know it's a difficult one to be involved in this one because we didn't really show how good we are. McBurney was all right. The issue is we didn't get the set piece or crosses in. When we did whip the ball in, they were straight at their goalkeeper. There you go. That's all we need to say. Thanks for that, Chris. And thanks for that, everybody else for being here. Not one for the neutrals, not one for the supporters either. Really poor one, I think I could say, from a Sheffield United point of view and a Huddersfield point of view. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully, in the next game, we're going to play a hell of a lot better. See you next time.